welcome to the meeting 233 of Mumbai Speakers Toastmasters Club. I am Pranjali Suman, the Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. Let me begin by sharing the mission of a Toastmasters Club. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self confidence and personal growth. Before we begin, here are a few guidelines to help us have a smooth online meeting on Zoom. All speakers and role players are requested to protect their identity and privacy. Please use appropriate language and use appropriate emojis and emojis in the chat.
Pranjali, we are losing you. Pranjali,
Am I audible?
you're now audible. We lost you.
Oh, okay. Till where can like you were able to hear me?
So just 5 seconds in the beginning, we could hear you.
I'm very sorry for that.
No problem.
Uh, Now I'm audible.
Yes, you are.
Okay. So I'll start from the top. So, first of all, sorry for that. And again, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the meeting number 233 of the Mumbai Speakers Toastmasters Club. I am Pranjali Soman, Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. Let me begin by sharing the mission of a Toastmasters Club. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self confidence and personal growth. Before we begin, here are a few guidelines to help us have a smooth online meeting on Zoom. All speakers and role players are requested to prefix their role to their name, for example, KMOD Rahul, Timer Anita, for easy identification. Next, speakers, please do a quick audio and video check before your segment. Also, ensure you can clearly view the timer cards, which will be shown visually on the screen. Next, avoid typing in the chat box when a speaker is delivering their speech, as it can be distracting. You may use private messages to provide feedback if needed. Please do not click on present now or share your screen unless it's required for your role or speech. When taking over or handing over a role, you may use a visual gesture like a smile, wave, high five, or namaste to maintain smooth transitions. In case of any technical glitches, please feel free to reach out to me privately. There are a few ways to upload in the online environment. If your video is on, you may clap visibly, or you can use the reaction icon on Google Meet to give a virtual clap or thumbs up. It's now my privilege and pleasure to hand over the stage to the presiding officer of the day. With a virtual applause, let us welcome the presiding officer of the day, Toastmasters Tejal Shah. Over to you, Toastmasters Tejal. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pranjali, for starting the meeting and sharing the guidelines for the meeting in detail for all of us. All the people who have still not, prefixed their role against their name, I request you to please do that. Yeah. So, good morning, fellow Toastmasters, dear guest, and visiting Toastmasters, as well as all the people who are attending today's meeting. A very warm welcome to each one of you to today's 233rd meeting of Mumbai Speakers Toastmasters Club. When we hear these words like time management, many of us instantly think of planners, calendars, reminders, or even the never ending to do list. We often say, I wish I had more time. But the truth is, none of us have more or less time than anyone else. Right? Every morning, life deposits 86,000 400 seconds into each of our accounts. We can't save them, we can't borrow them, or carry them forward to the next day. We can only decide how we choose to spend them. So I'd like to share a story, the bank that gives you 86,400 rupees every day. Imagine a bank that credits 86,400 to your account every morning. There's only one condition. Whatever amount you don't use by the midnight, it disappears forever. You can't save it for tomorrow, you can't transfer it to anyone else, or you can't get it back. So how carefully you will spend that money? Most of us would plan every rupee wisely, right? Now here is interesting part. Every day the life also gives us the same seconds. Unused seconds disappear forever. Every conversation postponed, every opportunity ignored, every I'll do it tomorrow or every dream delayed is a time we can never recover. So the wealthiest person also in the world cannot buy one extra second. Which brings me to an important question. Are we managing our time or is it managing us? Similarly, the Toastmaster also teaches us the lesson beautifully. Our timer reminds us that every second has a value. Our speakers learn to express powerful ideas within few minutes. The evaluators demonstrate that every meaningful feedback can be concise. And each one of us learn that respecting time is also respecting our audience. So as we begin today's meeting, I invite you to make the most of the next 2 hours. Listen with curiosity, encourage generously, and learn wholeheartedly. Because today we're not just spending time, we are investing it in ourselves and in one another. With that thought, I will warmly welcome you all for today's meeting. And before I invite our Toastmaster of the day, we have few guests. And I'd like to invite the guests to come up and introduce themselves. So we have guest Kailash. Kailash, can you tell us how did you know about Toastmasters and what is the reason for you to be attending this meeting today?
Hello, everybody. I'm Kailash Rana. So I come to know about this from Google surfing itself. So I was curious about how there is some community uh, which is giving leadership and communication platform to the general people, which we can use for our personal development. So I was very much curious to know about this. So that's why I'm joining here. And yeah.
Thank you so much. I'm sure you will have a wonderful experience and welcome to today's meeting. We also
Thank you.
have guest Dinesh, who's joined us in past as well. Guest Dinesh, can you introduce yourself? Guest Dinesh, am I audible? I think some problems. We'll get back to him later. We have guest Satyendra. Satyendra, you have just joined. Not that I wanted to put you on the spot, but we're just introducing guest. And can you introduce yourself? And how did you know about Toastmasters? All right, maybe we get back to him later. All right, with that, I would like to invite our charming and very, very consistent a Toastmaster, Suman, who's a Toastmaster of the day. Thank you so much, Suman. She is from Provide Toastmasters Club, and she is an excellent speaker and a motivator. Thank you for accepting our request at the last minute for the Toastmaster of the day. Over to you, Toastmaster Suman. You're on mute, Suman.
Yeah, thank you so much, Tejal. I think it's my privilege and pleasure to be here in your meeting today. And I'm really looking forward to the next 2 hours. For people who don't know me, I'm a part of Powai Toastmasters Club. I've recently been elected the secretary of the club. I'm a soft skills and communication trainer, and I've been doing this for 2 decades now. I also love public speaking, and this is something that really takes me to my meetings every fortnight. And today I'm here as a Toastmaster of the Day. Talking about today's theme, it's about time management techniques. As Tejal said, we all have the same amount of time. What we do with that time and how we utilize it is the most important thing. One of the things that really holds us back is distractions. It's so easy to just keep scrolling through reels or scrolling through YouTube shorts, and before you know, 2 hours are gone and you don't know what happened. So, which is why today I have some tips for you which you can start using right away in order to make better use of your time. So, I'm going to start with the first tip before we move on to the meeting. And the first tip is eat your frog. We are not literally eating frogs, but this um, book by Brian Tracy has 21 very concise ways of managing your time. And eat your frog really appeals to me. Eat your frog means when you look at the to do list for a particular day, tackle the hardest task first, because that is what is going to get postponed at the end of the day, because either we are scared, we don't want to do it, we are afraid of failure. Whatever be the reason, we postpone usually some of the biggest tasks that are there on our to-do list. So, which is why he says, the first thing you do is eat your frog, tackle the hardest task first. As we move on in the meeting, I will also be giving you more tips related to time management. So, for the first one, try and look at your to-do list tomorrow and see what is the hardest task that you can tackle first instead of postponing it through non-important tasks and just keeping yourself busy. Moving on to the meeting is divided into 3 parts. The first one is prepared speeches, where the members are going to deliver speeches that they have prepared in advance based on their pathway. The second one is the table topics round, which is an impromptu round where topics will be given on the spot, and this helps you develop your impromptu speaking skills. The third section is a general evaluation round where the evaluators are going to present their evaluation of the prepared speeches, and the tag team is going to come and talk about their role. Now, if you're wondering what the tag team is, the tag team is a group of members who are going to help me run today's meeting. Let's start by introducing them. The first one I have is a timer who is Toastmaster Tejal Shah. She is from Mumbai Speakers Toastmasters Club, and she has 2 decades of experience in HR. In her free time, she loves interacting with people, reading, and traveling. Toastmaster Tejal, please go ahead and tell us about your role.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Suman. In fact, Eat That Frog, the bestseller, is one of my favorite. And personally, I have benefited by following it, and I've been following it for last 10 years. Genuinely, it's a very good book. I recommend others as well to go through that. All right. So as the saying goes, time flies, but the timer keeps the score. Right? So in Toastmasters, every minute matters. The timer's role is not just to push the speaker, but it is to help us develop one of the most valuable life skills, expressing our thoughts effectively within the time available. After all, a great speech is not just about what you say, but also when you stop. With that, I'd like to share the timing guidelines for today's meeting. Prepared speeches, we have 5 to 7 minutes. At 5 minutes, I will display a green card. Just 1 second. I will just change my background so you can confirm whether it is visible. Yeah, at 5 minutes, I will display a green card. At 6 minutes, I will display a yellow card. And at 7 minutes, I will display a red card. Yeah. A grace period of 30 seconds beyond the red signal is permitted. For the icebreaker speeches, since we have two icebreaker speeches, the timings are 4 to 6 minutes. So 4 minutes green card, 5 minutes will be yellow card, which will be displayed. And at 6 minutes, I'll display a red card. For table topics, the timings are 1 to 2 minutes. So at 1 minute, which is a qualifier time, I will display a green card. At 1.5 minutes, a yellow card. And 2 minutes, I will display a red card. Again, a grace period of 30 seconds beyond the red signal is permitted. Similarly, for speech evaluation, the timings as per the guidelines are 2 to 3 minutes. So at 2 minutes, I will display a green card. At 2.5 minutes, which is a yellow card. And at 3 minutes, I will display red card. Same for the other roles. Grace period of 30 seconds beyond the red card will be permitted. I will present my timer report at the end of the meeting when called upon by the general evaluator. Remember, you can always earn money, but you can never earn more time. So with that, let's respect the clock, value every second, and make every minute count. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Suman.
Thank you, Tejal. Moving on to the next role is the R counter played by Abhiraj Malviya. He is also from Mumbai Speakers Toastmasters Club. He is an electrical engineer with 13 years of experience. Abhiraj, please go ahead and tell us about your role. He's frozen. Abhiraj, are you there? Maybe we'll come back to him. Let's finish with the grammar. Okay, there you go.
Am I audible?
Yes,
Hello?
Zina.
Hello.
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. My name is Abhiraj Malviya, and I am honored to serve as your counter today. I joined Mumbai Speaker Toastmaster Club last month, and in my professional life, I am an electrical engineer with 13 years of experience in a multinational organization. Uh, we eliminate noise from systems to make communication clear. Similarly, the role of the counter is to help you eliminate verbal noise from your speeches. During the meeting, I will note down filler words and sounds. These include words like so, like, and you know. I will also look out for repetitive words for a long pause. At the end of the meeting, I will present my report to help everyone become more mindful of their speaking habits. Thank you.
Thank you, Abhiraj. Moving on to the next role player, who's the grammarian, Souvik Chaudhary. He's from UEM Jaipur Toastmasters Club and the immediate past president of his club. A second-year BTech student specializing in AI and machine learning, he is also an entrepreneur and a state-level hackathon winner. Souvik, please go ahead and tell us what your role is going to be.
Thank you, Toastmaster Suman, to hand over this stage to me. Hi, everyone. This is Toastmaster Souvik, and I'm honored to play the role as a grammarian for today's meeting. As we know, the theme for today's meeting is the management tips, and the management that we simply believe in engineering, that is jugaad, or the alternative way to do the things. So, as a grammarian, what I will do, I will notify the simply bad usage of grammar or the pronunciation mistakes. Also, notify the good users of grammar throughout the meeting, and I will have the detailed report. And whenever the general evaluator will call me, I will showcase the detailed report for the grammarian. And For this, I want to have explained some of the word of the day and the idiom of the day, which will help us to develop our communication skill in day-to-day life if you use that word and idioms of the day. So for word of the day for today's meeting is synergy. So the meaning of synergy is the combined effort of people working together that produces a better result than working individually. For an example, the project's success was possible because of the synergy between the marketing and development team. And the idiom of the day is on the same page. The meaning of this idiom is to have a shared understanding or agreement about a plan or goal. For an example, before launching the new strategy, the manager ensured that everyone was on the same page. I hope you all used the word of the day and idiom of the day. Whenever you use the word of the day and idiom of the day, you will got a thumbs up from me. And this is all. And I will paste up the word of the day and idiom of the day in the chat box so all speakers can have this is overall the role of as a grammarian from me. And now I want to hand over this stage to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Suman. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Souvik. Without further delay, let's move on to the first section of the meeting, which is the prepared speeches. The first evaluator for today's speech, I'd like to call upon her first to talk about the speech objectives, is again Tejal Shah, who has 2 decades of experience in HR, and she's also the timer for today. When I saw that she's the evaluator and timer also, I was like, how is she going to time herself when she's evaluating? So I think hats off to her for taking something so critical, yet at the same time being an evaluator. Tejal, please go ahead and tell us what are the speech objectives of your speaker's speech.
Yeah. Just can you just allow me a minute? I had some error here technically. Just allow me a minute, please. I am extremely sorry. All right. So once again, good morning, everyone, and especially my speaker in the subject today, Toastmaster Bhiku, who's attempting his level 1 project 2 speech of the presentation mastery. The purpose of this project is to clearly articulate, whether it's to inform, entertain, persuade, or inspire the audience. Use clear transition and structure of the speech, and present your speech at the club meeting to receive the feedback. So with that, I again hand it over to our Toastmaster of the day to introduce our speaker, Toastmaster Bhiku, who's attempting his level 1 project 2 speech.
Thank you, Tejal. Toastmaster Bhikkhu, Level 1, Project 2. The speech title is Bhikkhu, the importance of taking the first step. The importance of taking the first step, Bhikkhu. The stage is yours.
Thank you
Piku,
so
is my
much.
screen visible? Because I'll be timing it and I'll display the timer card.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Tejal, Toastmaster Tejal, and Toastmaster of the Day, Suman. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to speak in front of this team. Uh, this is my second speech. 2 weeks ago, I gave an ice-breaking speech in person, and 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 I took that decision, and I believe that taking a decision is important, and that's why my topic is how important of taking the first step, because I've took the decision to speak in front of so many people to overcome the challenges, right? So I chose the second topic, that how important is taking the decision to take the first step, right? So we have a lot of things to do in a life, and we have a list of bucket, right? We wanted to achieve, we wanted to experience, and we wanted to do something. So, but we think a lot. We think a lot of taking the steps of doing anything. So, so I believe that uh, without thinking too much of anything on about anything, uh, if you take the step, because this is very challenging part. Uh, we think a lot about that how things will going, whether it is going good or bad, whether it is going in favor or not. But if it don't take step, things will not going to happen in your life, whether your career or anything. So for example, uh, joining a Toastmaster club, that was very difficult. I mean, I was thinking a lot about whether I should join this club or not. But I think almost 1 month or two to take the decision. But I was observed that I'm thinking of too much. And when I started thinking too much, I was not able to take the decision. Then I realized that I should not think too much, and I should immediately take the decision and let's see what happened. And I, without any thinking further, I took the decision and I joined and I gave my ice breaking speech. And I felt a little bit confident. And now I'm giving my second speech. So, so I think uh, something is unlocked since 1 and 2 months. Uh, so I felt that that we do not have to stop ourselves of doing anything or thinking too much. So so take the first step. When you take the first step, you will win or you conquer the 50% of your battle. So so that's why I'm going to talk about on this, and I want to share one of my experience. I was very a, a thinker. I'm a very deep thinker, or I think a lot. So in thinking, when I think a lot, I delay things. So uh, I want to travel solo, but I was thinking how to how do I travel? Which you know how to travel, how to reach in a particular destinations. How do I do that? And when I reach to a particular destinations, how do I explore the things? So I was thinking, only thinking, but not taking any decision. So one day I, I decided I'll book the uh, bus, and I reached there. Uh, when I reached there, I was not aware what I should do, what are the things I should have to explore. But when I reached there, and I just asked nearby people what are the things we have here to explore. So I interacted with couple of people. They said few things and you can explore here. So So I understood, and I got to know that these are the things you can explore here. So I literally travel. I mean, I explore the places over there, and I felt something different. Because when you come from overthinking and you come from your comfort zone, then you explore or experience something different in your life, and that feeling is really amazing. Sitting at a home or thinking too much is not going to work in your favor, but come out from your home and visit the places if you really wanted to travel or wanted to see the places near around, or maybe in different state, or you want to see a different country. So just take a decision, uh, go out and experience. Uh, and now I'm talking about the Toastmaster. The I chose this to overcome the speaking, because I felt that I have a lot of things to share with many people, and uh, I have a lot of you know have experience as well of life, and as well as my working career. So I can talk about on everything, but only the communications makes or hold me. So I've decided to be a part of this club, and while if I'll be a part of this, then definitely I'll get a chance to work, to speak with so many people, and to share my journey or my experiences. So through attending multiple meetings, then definitely you know I'll overcome the things and will be able to achieve what my communication skill. Yeah. So taking a steps is one important thing. Thank you, Suman, Toastmaster Suman and Tejal, for giving the opportunity to speak in front of so many people.
Thank you, Viku. That was a great speech. Moving on to the next speech, I would like to call upon the evaluator for the next speech, Toastmaster Ramanathan. He's a member of Godbanda Toastmasters Club, and he's been a Toastmaster for over 2 decades. Ramanathan, please go ahead and tell us the speech objectives of your speaker.
Sir, you're not audible if you're speaking.
Good morning, everybody. You can hear me now?
Yes.
Thank you. Today, Toastmaster Akash Shankaritya, I hope I pronounced his name correctly.
Yes.
He is going to give his icebreaker speech from the Pathways Presentation Mastery Level 1 project, and the speech will be for 4 to 6 minutes. The objectives of this project is for the member to introduce himself to the club and also learn the basic ingredients of a good public speech. All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you for that, Mr. Ramanathan. The second speaker is Toastmaster Akash. He's a chartered accountant by profession, and he's working in corporates for 5 years. Today, he's attempting his Level 1 Project 1 speech in the Pathway Presentation Mastery. Akash, why I joined the club? Why I joined the club, Akash?
Okay. Can I start? So let me today, good morning to Toastmaster and fellow Toastmasters. I am here to give my first icebreaker speech, and my topic is why I joined Toastmaster Club. Let me tell you about myself. I am a chartered accountant, working in a corporate for 5 years, and I'm a married 3 years ago, and now I have a baby boy, 1 year baby boy. As a person, I'm a very introvert person. I hesitate to start a communication with him, and I have two beliefs till 3 months ago. First, that I will talk to only person whom I like, and other I will speak only when I am 100% correct, or I will uh, I will be silent. Now these are the two beliefs, and I'm living my life like that on. So but in life I get some feedback lessons. So when I was working in Reliance Brands, it is the 2.5 years ago, my group CFO told me, Akash, improve your communication skills. At that time, I ignored it. I thought my technical skills are enough to grow. Now I moved to a new company. There we have a probation meeting in 3 months. So employee who joined, they have a probation meeting. So my finance head asked me a question. Akash, who are your friends here? I said, I taken the name of my two colleagues. He said, he smiled and said, you sit between these two peoples. What about the 200 people working in this floor? I just blocked myself by saying that, sir, I'm busy. I'm busy in trial balance, in understanding the business model of the company and Excel sheets and all that. Now, after a few days, my HR head called me in a meeting. He said, Akash, I'm getting a feedback that you don't communicate with your team. I was surprised. I thought I'm a very good manager. I generally not give any unnecessary pressure to my team. And I'm always ready to help my team. Why I am getting such feedback? That day I realized delivering accurate number is right, but people need communications. They need some stories. That was missing from my part. Now the challenge is not only on the professional front, in personal front also. I got married 3 years ago. So I got new relationships. So my wife used to always complain that you don't mingle with my family. You don't get good rapport with my family members. So I just try to explain myself that I am a shy person. So these things are happening. All of my life are with the numbers. I'm a chartered accountant, good at numbers. I believe that if your logic and calculation is correct, you will get the correct answers. But in life, people does every time to people does not follow logic. They need communication. They need some stories. So this is my problem. So one day I was sitting. I realized that when I'm getting such feedback from in this every situation, this feedback, so problem is with me. So I retain. So when you try to solve any problem, first you write it down. So I write it down how how I can improve my communication skills. So as you know, as professional we go to Google, ChatGPT, and Claude. So I just typed that how I can improve my communication skills. From there, I came to know about the Toastmasters. I came here. I joined as a guest, and in guest, I came to know about how the people here can learn, grow, and the best thing I like that here we can speak freely, get feedback, without getting judged. So I joined the Toastmaster Club. Now, in the Toastmaster, let's work with synergy so that we all can grow, learn, and, and grow in life. Thank you.
One second.
Thank you, Tejal. Thank you, Suman.
Thank you so much for that, Akash. Moving on to the third speaker, I'd like to call upon his evaluator, Toastmaster Chinmay Holkar, who recently joined the Infosys Pune Toastmasters Club. Chinmay, please tell us what are the speech objectives of your speaker.
Hello everyone, am I audible, loud and clear?
Yes.
Okay. Good morning all. So I will be evaluating the icebreaker speech by Bipin Virendra. The title is That Conversation for the Pathway of Presentation Mastery, Level 1, Project 1. The objective of the speech is to introduce himself to the club and the basic speech structure. Over to you, Toastmasters updated.
Thank you so much, Chinmay. Bipin is presenting his Level 1 Project 1 speech from Presentation Mastery. Bipin, that mature conversation, Bipin.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Suman. Good morning, Toastmasters and dear guests. For a moment, think about one conversation which has changed your life. Not a long conversation, not a motivational speech, just few words which stayed with you forever. Hi, my name is Bipin, and today I would like to take you to 90s. That is my childhood. My mom dreamt I would become a doctor, but my father was certain that I would become an engineer. So one day in 6th standard, I didn't go to school. I stayed back at home, and my mom was busy with her household work. I got busy with my curiosity. We had a 32-inch television. It was, big fat television from behind, Sony television. And so I locked my bedroom and I grabbed the screwdriver. I opened all the screws. I just wanted to see how these tiny artists get fit inside and, they perform. And to my surprise, there was a big picture tube, glass picture tube, and some circuits inside it. Suddenly, I heard my mom calling me. I tried putting everything back together, but the TV refused to cooperate. An hour later, my father appeared from a window of a 3rd floor where we used to stay. So he had just climbed up the window. My mom got panicked that something has happened to me inside the room and I was not opening the door. So he climbed up the window till 3rd floor. He said, open the window. And that was the first time when I had my first mature conversation with my dad. And the mediator was the belt. After that day, I got a freedom to open anything. My father said, you please open anything, you be curious, please open anything, but with the open doors. So guess what? Next time what happened? I opened his scooter, a Bajaj scooter he had that time. I opened the carburetor and I broke some part inside it. And again, what I did, I packed it, wisely and, so that he doesn't figure out. The scooter broke down when, my parents were coming back from market. And that time he figured out, and that was the time for my second mature conversation. And this conversation was with the stick. Trust me, guys, the stick is more effective than a belt, leather belt. Years later, in my final engineering results. My grades weren't great. Although my exams went well, I was a good student. So I applied for a recheck. Looking at my answer sheet, uh, we all, along with my father, examiner, we all were working in synergy, and we realized that even we all together were not able to decode my handwriting. It was so bad. I think my mom was right. I would have become a doctor. Anyways, so this was the time to have the third mature advice from my father. It was definitely from his mouth. Of course, he didn't bite me. Uh, he said you should work on your handwriting because this is what stays with you forever. Life moved on. I joined an MNC. I grew in my career. Today, I am a part of senior management role. And one fine day in a town hall, I met my CEO. His name was Ramesh. And, while interacting with him, I saw he had a very good communication skill, a very good persona, the way he used to structure himself, the way he used to present. I was really impressed by him, and I had my another mature communication. This communication or conversation, it was not with the CEO, it was with myself. And that day I said, one day I want to become a CEO. I also realized technical knowledge alone wouldn't get me there. So hence I started working on my communication, my leadership. And this is what brings me to Toastmaster, to brush up more leadership and communication skills. Looking back at each and every stage of my life of the conversation, be it a leather belt or wooden stick, which triggered my curiosity, my father's simple advice, and finally the conversation which I had with myself, each one taught me together, helped to shape me as well as what I wanted to become. That was my time. Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Suman, over to you.
Thank you so much, Bipin. That was a great speech. Before we move on to the next segment, which is table topics, let's quickly look at another time management technique. Like I said right at the beginning, it's the distractions that really kill us, because when you're doing a task, you remember there's a presentation pending. When you get onto it, you remember there's an email that needs to be answered. When you're doing that, something else comes up. So there's a never-ending list of tasks on your to-do list, and we are always wondering, how do we go ahead and manage so many things? So my second tip is the Pomodoro technique. I don't know if you've heard of it, but Pomodoro technique is the technique of setting a timer for 25 minutes and sticking to one task till the timer rings. In fact, you can also find a cute little Pomodoro timer. Pomodoro is nothing but tomato. I don't know why they named it after a tomato, but I can show you this. A cute little tomato timer that you can get on this thing, and then you can set a timer and stick to one task till the timer clock goes off. And then you take a break for 5 minutes. And after you finish 4 Pomodoros, you can take a break for a complete 25-minute Pomodoro segment. So this just helps you to stick to one task instead of jumping from one task to the other. And it tells you that till the timer rings, you stick to one task. I have found it extremely useful, because I feel when I think about certain things that need to be done, I just note it down on a post-it and not jump to the task right away, but wait for the Pomodoro to ring before I go ahead and jump to a different task. Moving on to the next segment, which is the table topics round, which is going to be conducted by Hitarth Parekh.
Sorry to interrupt, Toastmaster Suman. Can we have a standing ovation for both the icebreaker speakers today?
I also need to call the timer to share the timing report for the prepared speeches.
All right. So today's prepared speakers, we had Toastmaster Bhiku, who took 6 minutes 15 seconds. We had Toastmaster Akash delivering his icebreaker speech, who took 5 minutes 13 seconds. And Toastmaster Bipin again delivered his icebreaker speech, who took 5 minutes 14 seconds. So I hereby declare that all of them have qualified for the evaluation. Yes. Over to you.
Great. Yeah, now moving on to the table topics round. Hitat is currently pursuing his MBA in Data Science and Data Analytics from Symbiosis Pune. Hitat, over to you for the table topics round.
Yeah, thank you so much. So, hello everyone. My name is Dath, and I'll be your table topic master for the day. So, imagine you are in an job interview, and the interviewer tells you to asks you a question you are not prepared for, and you have just about 10-20 seconds to think about it. Or imagine you are in a meeting and your boss says that please address the meeting, and suddenly all eyes are on you and you have to speak, and everyone is waiting for you to speak. And that's how life works. Life doesn't send you an invitation a week in advance that please prepare for this. It just taps you on your shoulder and says, "Hello, it's your turn." And that's what and and that's why we have this um, section of table topics. I'm also not great at this. I'm also still learning and making mistakes and improving, like many of us here. And that's what this is about. It isn't about finding the best words or having the best speech. It's about thinking quickly, trusting your instincts, and letting your imagination go wild and creativity take over. And now, today, we will do things a bit differently. So, I will show you a set of either three images or either a set of five emojis, and you have to and also there will be two themes mentioned, and so you can choose any one, and then you have to create a story or share a personal experience, or just let your creativity take over and just run it wild. And there are no right answers, no wrong answers, only different perspectives and unique stories. So don't overthink it. Have fun, be creative, and surprise all of us. So let's all get on the same page and have that synergy to start this section. So can I share my screen? Yeah. Yeah. So first, like I've put all the names here, so we can start with a random pick, whoever gets it. So it is Toastmaster Vipin. So um, mm, mm, yeah. So here are your three images and the theme. How to close this? Uh, yeah. So here are the three images, and the theme is either mystery or adventure. So the title is The Forgotten Journey. Over to you, Toastmaster Bipin.
Okay, so I have to combine this and create a.
Yes. You have to.
Sure. Thank you, Toastmaster Hitarth, for this wonderful table topic speech. The Forgotten Journey. One fine day, I was traveling in a train, and it was a dark pitch night, and my father, myself, and my mom, we three of us were traveling that time, and we were traveling from Mumbai to Surat. That time, my father realized that we have forgotten our key somewhere. Maybe it was, we didn't knew whether it was in Mumbai, we left it in Mumbai, or we have lost it somewhere in the train. So we started working in Synergy. We started searching for it. The first thing what we had to do, that was search inside the train. And that was the combined effort. We started searching for it, and then later on we found that we were not able to get it. Then we called upon my sister who stays in Mumbai, and we asked her whether we have forgotten it there. Fortunately, fortunately or unfortunately, we didn't get there. But while searching in my mom's bag, we all know ladies' bag, it's filled with mysteries. So we found another copy of the key which was kept by my mom inside it. So that is how we found it, and the mystery was solved. Yeah, thank you. That's it from my side.
It was great that you found the key or not. That it's still a mystery. So so next we can have like if anyone wants to go for it, or should I do that wheel again? Any volunteers for it, or should I again do the wheel? I'll do it again. I'll remove.
I'll go next.
You have Chinmay who's raised his hand.
Yeah, okay. So can go. So these are three images. I'll just a second. And you and your theme is either journey or new beginnings. So time and memories. Over to you, Toastmaster Chinmay.
Yeah.
You can take some time as
Hello,
well if you
everyone.
want. Sorry, sir. Go on.
So basically, I have to use these three images and give a speech on the particular theme, right?
Yes. Any theme you can choose out of the two, journey or new beginnings.
Right. Okay, I'll go ahead. Hello, everyone. The theme that I'm going to consider for this speech is new beginnings. As we all know, uh, whenever there is a end of a particular season, the new season arrives. As we can see, the spring season arrives where the flowers blossoms. This new beginning of a particular season also creates a sense of refreshment or gives a sense of new energy, makes us enthusiastic in order to start new project or new adventure that we want to take in our life. For me, it's new adventure. Here, my hobby is traveling, so I would like to take an adventure, use the navigation uh, like we have on our screen in order to navigate the path that I would like to consider. In this journey of the new beginnings, I would also come across some people, maybe some people who enjoy a taste of great music, who enjoy guitar, and within that particular new beginning of a particular journey, uh, I would also get engaged with these people and try to get a flavor or taste of this particular new instrument like guitar. And as this season also uh, makes me refresh, it gives me a sense of enjoyment in the work that I'm doing, the day-to-day activities that I'm performing. Hence, new beginning is nothing but looking at the same work or the same task that I perform on day-to-day basis, but in a different perspective. Thank you.
Nice. Toastmaster Chinmay. Thank you so much for that new uh, and next, if anyone wants to go, or I won't be able to see the raise hands if there is anyone. Yes, I'll spin the wheel. So Toastmasters, Tejan map. So so the third one is lost in nature, and the theme is suspense or survival. And here are the three images. Over to you, Toastmaster Tejan.
All right. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Thank you so much, Hidat, for a wonderful topic, Lost in Nature. So, as one of my hobby and what I like to do in my free time is to travel. Me, along with my couple of friends, we went out for a trekking. Being the season, especially during the monsoon, people love adventure and to go out for a trekking. We were five of us. We were going to a new location, and we knew that there would be a network error, network problem, and hence we carried a map with us. We didn't want to get lost, but as the destiny, we did get lost in our journey to explore nature and adventure. Okay, it was late in the evening. We kept looking through our maps, but we couldn't find our way. With some bit of challenges, we identified a place where we could stay during the night. And little far, we found a house, a small hut where at least we can put up for that night. Where nearby we had some wood, and since the weather was such, it was pretty cold. We thought of lighting the fire to keep ourselves warm. And we enjoyed our night with our friends. And it was a wonderful experience away from my day-to-day routine. The best part was there was no network, but the next day we found ourselves way during the day through the maps that we had carried. So it was good to be lost in the nature, to explore ourselves and spend time with the family. So that was my journey. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for that beautiful journey of yours. So so again, if anyone wants to volunteer or can. Next could be a bit tough as we have emojis for this one. So Toastmaster Bhiku. So your topic is the unexpected adventure, and it is an emoji challenge, and your theme could be either mystery or adventure. Over to you, Toastmaster Bhiku.
Thank you so much, Hitas, for running the wheel, and somehow I got selected. Okay. So by combining all this, I have to speak.
Yes, yes.
So okay. So I remember that I was traveling and to Himachal, and that was a rainy season. And I was at the top of the hill, and we have to, you know, reach to the bus stand, and then I have to come back to the station. But unfortunately, that day the bus didn't uh, come come to the hill station, and they picked all the people at the downside of the hill. And I was not aware about it, and the rain was heavily was there at that point of time. So I missed that bus. When I reached at the bus stand, then I got to know that the bus will not come, and so I interacted with so many people. Then they suggested me just go to the downside of the hill and try catching the bus. Uh, so so I reached there at the downside of the hill. Then I got to know that the bus already left. So one of the person uh, who worked for a bus, but who worked for the travel agency, and he called to the bus driver and asked me to stop in the next stop. And meanwhile, he helped us to reach out to that bus stand. And it was heavily raining, so it was very unexpected for me to have such type of experience. And but the next stop was 1 hour, 1 hour ahead. So I reached somehow. I managed to reach at that next stop, and I catch the bus. So that was really adventurous for me.
Great, great. Thank you so much for that unexpected adventure of yours. So next, if any guest wants to try, like I have some text-based prompts also, if they want that. Or next is also one emoji. So
Yes, Kailash, would you want to try the next round?
Okay, I will try.
next is also an emoji round. If you want to try this, so yeah. So your topic is a new beginning, and your theme could be either hope or a life lesson. So over to you, guest Kailas.
Yeah. So thank you so much for this opportunity. And this is very first time I am uh, watching this idea that this could be one of the ways that people can speak. So it's very much creative and interactive. I love this. So yeah, I will start. So one day I got an email from my company that due to recession, uh, I'm immediately lay off from the company. So that's where I lost my hopes that I will pay my EMIs and how I will survive in my day-to-day life, what I will do. So I don't have any choice that I have to leave the company. Then after that, to first of all recover myself, I started reading books, if that can help. Because finding a new job, it could be one of the challenging things nowadays. So first, I have to stabilize myself. So in the early morning one day, I was just taking my coffee and just reading the books and just watching the sun was rising in her speed. The plants were growing in their speed. So it is at that point of time I realized there is no point like to worry about something which is not in our control. Sun is rising, plant is growing, all are following their speed, all has their timelines. So that could be one thing God has decided for me, and I can follow my timeline to decide my life. So that point of time, it create hope for my life that I can also rebuild my journey, my career. It could be job or it could be business. This is something which I want to decide, and that's where that small movement can uh, has encouraged me a lot to grow in my life. Thank you so much.
Great, great. And for that hope to every one of us for giving that hope. Thank you so much, Gish Kailas. Next, again, I can spin the wheel. And next is again one image based round. So, Toastmaster Pranjali. So, the your topic is the treasure hunt, and um, and your theme could be either exploration or discovery. Over to you, Toastmaster Pranjali.
Hello everyone. Thank you for the topic that. And before I start with my speech, I just want to say that this idea is really, really creative. I mean, the way you have planned this whole table topic session, it's very good. It's very creative and amazing.
Thank you.
Um, okay, treasurant. When since I was little kid, I'm really into discoveries, or I'm really into mysteries, the all these treasuring types scenes वगैरह. I've seen one movie in which I mean, all the explorers get on a boat and they they just go. I mean, uh, they start a journey to find a new island, and like this. I mean, since I was a kid, I really want to do something like this in my life. I know it's not very. I know it's not possible, but I really want to get on a boat or find a new island, meet new people, get lost, and maybe get introduced to new. What can we say? New countries, new people, new mysteries. Um, I know, again, it's very filmy and not realistic, but let's hope that I get to do something similar, if not this, in my life also. So yeah, that's kind of my dream.
Great, great. Thank you so much. And also, it could happen. Mm, uh, you might not know what life has in store for us. So it might happen as well. Um, how many more can we take? I have many more. You want?
I think two more we should do and then wind
Oh,
up.
okay, fine.
I think
So
Abhiraj
next,
had his hand up.
yeah, okay. So Abhiraj, you can go. You want an emoji or image? I have both options if you want. Hello, Toastmaster Abhiraj. Mm, hello. Actually, your You are not audible. You are speaking, but not able to hear.
By the time he fixes his
Yes.
issue, we can take one more. Somebody
Yes,
else.
yes, totally. Anyone else, if you want to go? Toastmaster Rahul or Toastmaster Savik, if you want to go?
Hello.
Yeah. Hi, Abhiraj. Now it's audible to us.
Hi.
So, should we continue with what to?
Okay. So this is the theme, right?
No, no. Wait, I'm sure. So this is the theme and unexpected hero, and these are the three images. And your theme is either kindness or hope. Over to you, Toastmaster Abhiraj.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Hitaj, to giving me this opportunity. Uh, this is the time when this was the time when but I my parents have a page, uh, and I was about 7 years old, and the name of the page was Mochi. Uh, the page was very close to me, and once the page it got means so now I am audible.
Yes, you are audible.
Hello.
Yes, yes, you are audible.
Hello. Am I audible? Hello.
Yes.
Yes, yes, you are audible, Toastmaster Abhiraj.
Okay. So then the pet one day pet was ill, and when we contact with the doctor, then doctor tell us that he will be he is suffering for a serious illness, and he might be means no longer. So then that time I feel that the caring of the dog means he was very close to me. Then that hurt to me, and after some days he passed away, and we feel very sad. So that was the story. That was the that's a day when we feel that it was a very sad day from. And after that, we never thought for the pet. So that is the story. I was so.
Thank you so much, Abhiraj.
Over
And
to you, Chika.
sorry for your Sorry.
It's over.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, and sorry for our loss. And we can have one more last one. We can have one emoji. So if anyone wants to go for it. Or you can pick from here. Toastmasters, the Toastmaster of the day. So this is your theme, either science fiction or courage, and the topic is the impossible mission. Over to you, Toastmaster Suman, and Toastmaster of the day, Suman.
I will choose the topic courage. I think it's really important for us to show courage in life. And one thing from my life that comes to my mind is when I had to travel alone on my own to a different country. And even though I had traveled to different countries before, but doing that on my own was a huge challenge because I had to change flights and in very new environments, very unfamiliar spaces. And that is where I think true courage comes in. As a woman, I've realized that one of the big things that every woman should do is travel on her own, because the kind of confidence that it gives you, the kind of courage that brings out of you is something that's unprecedented. And even though I was very scared to do that on my own initially, I think it worked out fine because I can read signs. I had planned well. I had figured out what the gate numbers are. I had figured out what the procedure is to move through the entire immigration security boarding process. So I think one has to just take the first step and ensure that you go ahead and show courage in whatever it is. The more we step out of our comfort zone, the more courage we show. And that just makes us better human beings and better equipped to handle more challenges in the future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Suman. And that was my time. And again, over to you, Toastmaster Suman.
Thank you so much, Hitat. Let's move to the last tip of the day in time management before we move on to the general evaluation round. The next tip is very easy and it is meant to build consistency in your time management. If you look at a huge calendar with days of the week marked on it, this is a Seinfeld method which says, when you do something, for example, you may want to exercise every day, you may want to read 10 pages every day, you may want to write a page every day, you may want to do anything consistently every single day. Every day that you do it, you put a cross in that calendar on that particular day. So when you keep crossing the days, you will find that there's a chain that's formed. The idea is to not break the chain. Do not take a break and keep the chain going for as long as you can. Now, the question is, life does get in the way. What do I do if I skip a particular day? The way to handle that is to not skip 2 days in a row. If you couldn't exercise one day, if you broke your diet one day, if you could not write on a particular day, just jump back on that horse, write the next day. Do not skip 2 days in a row. So the third tip is do not break the chain of crosses. If you do, jump back in right away. I hope this is going to be helpful to you in creating consistent habits for whatever goals that you want to achieve. Let's move on to the third section of the day, which is the general evaluation. The general evaluator for today is Rahul Mahajan. He is from Powai Toastmasters Club, which is also my club. He has 15 years of experience in BFSI, and he's currently associated with TransUnion Sibyl. Over to you, General Evaluator Rahul.
Thank you, Suman. And before I share my overall feedback on the session, I'll rather call maybe the tag team to share their individual feedbacks on the. Obviously, I think for the table topics, I think Tejal, you'll have to give what are the timers that have been used, the R counter, and the grammarian. I'll request each one of you to sequentially share your feedback, and then we will, towards the end, move on the overall feedback of the session.
You need to call the evaluators, Rahul.
Speech
the-
evaluators
Start
first.
with evaluators, then tag team, and then general evaluation.
Okay. So I have to give the evaluators. Okay. So
Just call the evaluators.
Okay.
They'll give the evaluation.
I'll just one second. So I'll just call the evaluator one, that is Tejal, to give feedback for Toastmaster Bhikkhu.
Can somebody time my evaluation, please?
And
All right, sure. Thank you, Tat. Okay, so importance of taking that first step. Toastmaster Bhikkhu. The objective of this project was to prepare and deliver a speech with clear purpose. And today's purpose was evident from the very beginning, to encourage each one of us to take that first step towards embracing a new opportunity and challenging rules. I believe you achieved the objective successfully. One of the biggest strength of your speech was your personal story that you shared, instead of simply telling us what we should take the first step, you demonstrated it through your own experience and accepting a challenging role. That personal touch not only added the authenticity, but that also gave a lot of credibility to the message that you wanted to deliver. Okay. Another aspect that I would appreciate was your confidence and the clarity. You delivered your speech with conviction and maintained a steady pace and articulated your thoughts very clearly. Now, coming to a few suggestions that I could make for your next speech even more impactful. So, firstly, while we understand the online meeting has its own limitations to that extent, I would encourage you to deliver a speech, if at all, in an online meetings, deliver in a standing position wherever possible. The standing naturally improves your posture. It the voice projection, the energy, and the stage presence helps one recreate the feel of speaking on the physical stage of delivering a speech. Right. Secondly, your speech had a very strong message. Uh, which came across very clearly, but adding a little touch of a humor at an appropriate moment could have made it even more engaging and to help build stronger connection. Wherever possible, you could have incorporated some purposeful hand gestures that would have enhanced your delivery. But overall, I would say that this was an inspiring and purposeful speech. You encouraged all of us to move beyond our comfort zone and reminded us that the growth begins with every first step. So congratulations, Toastmaster Bhikkhu, on a well delivered speech. I look forward to seeing your continuous growth and the confident and impactful communicator. So that's my feedback for your speech. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tejal. Now I'll request Mr. Toastmaster Ramanathan to give feedback for Toastmaster Akash Sankritya. Sorry if I pronounce it wrongly, and for his icebreaker speech.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Hope my audio video is good. Right?
Yes.
Thank you. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. That is a Chinese proverb from Tao Te Ching. He emphasizes that every great endeavor starts with a small initial action. And congratulations, Toastmaster Akash, for taking that first step in your journey of Toastmasters. What I liked about your speech was your simple opening, giving details about you and your family as per the requirement of the project. That was very well done. Then you moved lucidly into the introvert nature. We all came to know, oh God, this guy is really an introvert person. And how you expanded and advertised to us that your introvert nature were being a hindrance to your progress in your profession, and how you are advised to improve your communication skills not only in your office by your boss, also in your house by your wife, in spite of you explaining to her that you are an introvert. So that part of the storytelling is what I like. You are a good storyteller, Toastmaster Akash. Now, that resulted in you telling us why you joined Toastmasters, because you realized communication is an asset you have to improve. Overall, you are very confident and gave us the message to carry home that you can be good in numbers being a CA, but communications matters a lot in personal and professional life. Now, let me see what better things can be done in improvements. As far as the icebreaker speech was concerned, you are very good. The only thing I would like you to do is, because it's an online meeting, look at the camera for more number of times so that there will be an excellent eye contact with the audience. This is something you'll have to take care always in any online meeting. Further progress when you do, I suggest some ideas where you can improve your speech. Your content is good. Now, what you need to improve is the storytelling way. You have to bring the characters to life by bringing voice modulation. When you are discussing about your boss and you, or your wife and you can bring voice modulation for future speeches. As far as icebreaker is concerned, you have done a good job. Don't worry about it. Also, you suggest that you share your speech with your mentor, because he or she can help you to bring more value to your speech. For example, in the icebreaker, I would have loved to hear some part of your story regarding your school days, college days, etc. Overall, a good speech. Continue with the confidence and storytelling style. Incorporate the ideas that is being suggested, and I am sure you will be a great communicator both in your professional life and personal life. All the best. Back to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Mr. Ramanathan, for that detailed feedback. Now I'll switch to the evaluator 3, which is Mr. Toastmaster Chinmay Holkar, who has evaluated Mr. Bipin Virendra for his icebreaker speech. Over to you, Chinmay.
Am I audible to everyone?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So, Kipin, congratulations on that fantastic icebreaker. The title of the speech was That Matured Conversation, and the objective of the speech was introduce yourself to the club and learn basic speech structure. So here I would like to talk about the first 3 pointers where you excelled. First was the storytelling. Your personal anecdotes and clear timeline were highly engaging. Second is the stage presence. You appeared incredibly comfortable with confident body language and great use of props. Third is delivery. Your volume was clear, your pace was consistent, and your room eye contact was strong. On the areas of recommendation, in order to elevate your next speech, you can work upon these 3 things. First is vocal variety. Add more voice modulation and vary your tone to emphasize key points. Second is stage movements. Try remaining at a particular place and remaining steady rather than moving to and fro. Third is structure and interaction. If you can give the audience a quick preview of your speech structure early on and try prompting them for their responses to boost interaction, that would be pretty good. All in all, this was a highly successful debut of your in the pathway. You demonstrated a natural ease on stage and a true talent for narration. You have built a very strong foundation today, and I'm looking forward for your next project. Congratulations on your icebreaker.
Thank you, Chinmay. Again, so now now I'll switch to and I'll request TMOD Suman if to correct, but I think I will switch to the tag team for their evaluation on time and in sequential manner, the timer, the R counter, and then the grammarian to share their respective results. We'll start with you, Tejal, if you have.
Sure. Thank you so much, General Evaluator Rahul. Throughout the meeting, all of us were on the same page because there was experience a good synergy across all the speakers, all the role players, and the best in timing. So as announced earlier, all the speakers qualified based on the timing guidelines. I would share the table topic time taken by each speaker. All the timings for table topics are between 1 to 2 minutes, which is a minimum qualifier is 1 minute and the highest is 2 minutes. We had speakers table Toastmaster Bipin, Toastmaster Chinmay, myself, Toastmaster Bhiku, guest Kailash, Toastmaster Pranjali, Toastmaster Abhiraj, and Toastmaster Suman. I take a privilege to say that everybody has qualified the table topic timing guidelines, and they have all spoken for more than a minute. In terms of evaluation, Hitat, if you can share my timings for the evaluation.
I have
time taken by me.
shared it here.
Just tell
2
me how
minutes.
much. Okay.
2 minutes, 39 seconds total.
All right. Then Toastmaster Ramnathan, he took 3 minutes, 5 seconds, and Toastmaster Chinmay, he took 1 minute, 38 seconds. So unfortunately, Toastmaster Chinmay has fallen short by 20 seconds. But myself and Toastmaster Ramnathan qualify the evaluation guidelines. So that's about my timing report for today's meeting.
Thank you, Tejal. I will request our counter, Mr. Abhiraj Malviya, to share his observations. Is Abhiraj there?
He
Hello.
is not audible, I guess.
We are not able to hear you, Abhiraj.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rahul. All the speakers had within of and the good pedagogy words. So I will share first reports of the Pranjali. Have used 4 times filler sounds, 2 buzzwords, and 1 filler phrase. Toastmaster B2 have used 5 times filler sounds, 4 times crossword, and 4 times filler phrase. Toastmaster Akash have used 3 times filler sounds, 3 times crosswords, and 1 times filler phrase. Toastmaster Bipin has used 1 time filler sounds, 2 times buzzwords, and 2 times filler phrase. Toastmaster Hitat have used 3 times filler sounds, 2 times buzzwords, and 1 times filler phrase. Toastmaster Tejal Shah used 1 time filler sounds and 1 times buzzwords. Toastmaster Chinmay used 1 times filler sounds, 1 times plus words, and 1 times repeat words. Guest Miss Bellas has used 3 times filler sounds, 2 times plus words, and 1 times repeat words. That's
Thank you, Toastmaster Biraj. Now we'll switch to grammarian Sovik to share his observations.
Am I audible? No. Thank you, Toastmaster Rahul, to hand over. Thank you, Toastmaster Rahul, to hand over the stage. Me back again. So first of all, I want to congratulate to those speakers who use the word of the day. That is, I think Toastmaster Akash, Toastmaster Vipin, Toastmaster Hitarth, and I think some of others. And Toastmaster Tejal used the idiom of the day. Congratulations to all of you as you used for the word of the day and idiom of the day. Next, I observed throughout the meeting some of the good usage of word like privilege, fabulous, articulate, wisely, emphasize, kind of words. Now coming to the improvement part, I think we need to observe so that our individual speech or the vocabulary will be improved. From the beginning of the meeting, in the icebreaker speeches, I observed the line that someone used the line that I joining Toastmaster Club. It should be I joined Toastmaster Club. Next one, that is without any thinking further. It can be without thinking further. Next, a line that is felt something are different. It should be felt something different. Next, there is a pronunciation mistake. That is that feeling is amazing. It should be that feeling is amazing. Now, and next one, that is now I talking about Toastmaster. It should be now I am talking about my Toastmaster journey or the journey of my of Toastmaster in my life. Next, come to the next. Yes, whenever you are asking that is am I audible or kind like of this line, someone use the line that is you can hear me now. It should be can you hear me now. Next, yes, someone I think prepared speaker use the line that is let me good morning. It should be good morning or let me introduce myself. And next one, that is I am married. It should be I married or I got married. Next, there is some yes. Next, there is a mistake that is I mentioned. That is this is the my problem. It should be this is my problem. And next is pronunciation mistakes. Another one, that is I read it down. It should be I write it down. Next, yes. In another icebreaker speaker who is mentioned that which is change your life, which it should be which is changed your life, changed, changed your life. And next one, that is and hour later. It should be and sometime later. Next one is my parent coming back from market. It should be my parent came back from market, or might be my parent was coming back from the market. So there are some mistakes throughout the meeting that I have already mentioned. And now what I believe that is not point out the mistakes, how you can improve the mistakes that the work of a evaluator, I believe. So to avoid this kind of things, I suggest two things. That is, whenever you find the good usage of word that I have mentioned at the beginning of my report, that is like privilege, wisely, emphasize. You can note it down in your diary or your copy. So you can use in your day-to-day life. So to emphasize your vocabulary. Next, you can whenever any speaker come here to give their speeches, we are talking for like 6 to 7 minutes, 5 to 7 minutes. So our tongues got, I think, what can I say, lacking. Due to lacking, we are not able to say the proper word or pronounce the proper word. So we can do one thing, that is spell 2 to 3 tongue twister for day-to-day life, like beti bought a bit of butter, the butter was bitter, so beti bought a new butter, beti bought a bitter butter to make the butter more better, like this, to improve our speaking skill. And the last thing that I follow each and every day, because I have that problem when I'm going to speak, I'm lacking. That is, just hold up a pen or pencil in your mouth like this and give your speech. So this improve your speaking skill, or the or degrade the uh, amount of lacking that you have used to your day-to-day life. So this is all from my side as a grammarian, and now I hand over the stage to the general evaluator for today's meeting, Toastmaster Rahul. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So uh, maybe then we will. Suman, do you want to add anything, or maybe we'll switch to general feedback on overall meeting and as a last section of the meeting? Is Suman there?
You can present your report now of evaluation. Yeah.
Sure. So we'll start with the general feedback. Hi everyone. So I think I want to congratulate first of you all to have, I think, a good energy throughout the meeting, and there is a clear flow of and transition of the schedule and the role plays. Along with that, the roles were also very smoothly transitioned from one person to another person. So I think there was a very well organized meeting there. On a timing bit, because I think the theme of the day was the time and the essence of the time, right? Yes, the brownie points that the meeting started on time, but I understand there have been some technical issues where it was delayed for 3 minutes, and it started at 11:03. I love the part that there was a initial inclusion of the guest, where they have been asked to introduce, and throughout the meeting there have been participation from the guest side as well. So they are obviously first timer to this whole meeting and the concept of Toastmaster. So yes, it's an encouragement for them there. Uh, on a general and overall areas that we could improve on. So there have been, I think, some of the visual distractions and digital challenges that we had. Of course, it's largely associated with any of the virtual setup, but we could avoid more of that. But when there was special instances when, especially in ice breaking session or in some of the prepared speeches, there have been individuals who are pinned on the screen, and there have been disturbance on the other screen that was taking away the focus from the speaker, so that could be avoided. There was this ghost town effect, because I still see that we are, even if it is a virtual setup, I was expecting everyone to at least switch on their camera. So I see that most of them had switched off the camera. So it's towards the end, the whole concept of Toastmaster is facing to the audience and then delivering your speech. So if you are switching off your camera, is as good as delivering a speech to a ghost audience. So that probably could be avoided. Uh, I also missed one point, which was, and there was a very minimal or very negligible use of the phrase of the day, or maybe the word of the day. I could loved to, maybe I would have loved to see more of using maybe this. There was a wonderful phrase like eat your frog. I mean, I saw very minimal use, almost negligible. I understand synergy. It's by nature. It's a such a word that you can pull into any of your conversation. But I think that was also missing. Moving to some of the individual feedbacks, there was none much, but I think there's this Sergeant Ayam, I think Pranjali was there on the screen, and she started the meeting with a bang, very clear, loud in her voice. The energy was fabulous. So that's the kind of opening that we expect to any of the meetings. Some of the point maybe she could in next meeting take care of it is that rather than reading the rules, maybe you could explain the rules. That also gives you a stage of your own. Second, Toastmaster Tejal, of course, in overall, I think that there was a storyboarding to this whole thing. And I love that fact. I mean, there was a personal experience that has been shared. I love the fact that you're constantly were trying to engage with the audience or maybe the guest of the day. The one maybe areas I feel that, and I understand it's a virtual setup, but I feel that there could be more of gesture that you could use the hand gesture that adds impact to it. So that maybe the one area that I had to kind of um, suggest on. Toastmaster of the day, Suman. I feel that clear voice and the voice modulation was amazing. The gestures were present. I love the phrase "eat your frog." I mean, it was very, very connecting to the theme. Uh, I feel that maybe there are very minimal, but I think some of the areas that you could suggest for the guest uh, on their voting, what they can, how they can participate on, and etc. etc. Which could be a because for a first timer in the meeting, maybe this could be helpful. Uh, our counter, Abhiraj. I mean, how can you explain our counter? I mean, it just I was surprised when you connected that with your profession. That was amazing. With your engineering background, how you can avoid the whole emission part and etc. And then you connected like with that R counter. It was great. Grammarian Sovik. Uh, I Towards the end there was a very, very detailed feedback. I love that. But when at the start of the day, when you had this synergy as a word of the day, maybe you could explain in one example that how it can be used. Maybe that's one addition. uh to table topic master here, Parekh. I Obviously, I think there have been multiple mentions of the creativity that you brought into this whole spinning the wheel and making a good mix of game of luck and game of chance, right? And spinning the wheels brings the element of game of luck, but at the same time, you somewhere in between tried giving options to others that if you want to participate, please do come and participate. So it's a good mix of game of skill and game of chance. But I feel that there is one addition. There have been different pictures that you have been giving it to the audience. Maybe you could same example. You could give one example, maybe one demonstration, just before giving it out to the audience. Probably that would have helped them to connect how you can maybe use make best of use of it. Uh, on the evaluators, I have very generic for all three evaluators. When I give you this feedback, I mean this is for all three evaluators. I love the way that you started with a very positive feedback. I mean, that's very important to first acknowledge and give feedback on the positive part of the presentation, which I definitely appreciate and loved about the feedback that you guys have given. I also love the fact that all the feedbacks were in a very passive tone. It was not very direct to an individual. It was in very passive tone. For example, this can be avoided or this can be taken care in the next conversation. So it doesn't aim at a person, it's a very smooth feedback that goes to the other side. So I think that's largely about my observation on this meeting. And thank you so much, everyone, for having me as general evaluator in this meeting. Thank you. Over to you, Suman.
Thank you so much, Rahul, for that great evaluation on all aspects of the meeting. I'd like to wind up my role by reminding you of the 3 tips that we learned today. The first one is eat your frog. The second one is use the Pomodoro technique 25 minutes at a time to beat distractions during your work. And the final one is don't break the chain. That is, keep the chain going when you do something consistently every single day. I had a great time hosting this meeting, and I'd like to now hand over the stage to the presiding officer, Tejal.
Thank you so much, the general evaluator and our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Suman. What a wonderful session that we had today. And 3 most and a very, very strong learning, I would say, during today's meeting. So as we come to the close of a meeting today, let's reflect what are those 3 important learnings, which of course Suman has summarized here. Eat that frog. Start with the most challenging task in hand. Okay. Then second one was, the third was a break chain, and second one was to
the Pomodoro technique.
Yeah, the
tomato timer.
Correct. So Pomodoro technique, and the third one is not to break the chain more than 2 days. Okay, I'm sure as we invest our time in following these 3 techniques, the learning will be immense. I think we would improve our overall working as well as communication journey if we follow these 3 techniques, and I think we will encourage one another. So every speech, every evaluation, every table topic, and every role that we played today reminded us that success is built not by finding more time, but by making better use of the time that we already have. And that's when we have a beautiful quote by Harvey Mackay. The time is free, but it's priceless. You can't own it, but you can use it. You can't keep it, but you can spend it. And once you've lost it, you can never get it back. So I hope today's meeting inspires each one of us to be intentional about how we use our time, not just in Toastmasters, but also in our personal as well as professional lives. Before we end the meeting, can I hear from our 2 guests, guest Kailash and guest Satyendra, about their feedback on today's meeting? Can we have guest Kailash?
Hello.
Yes, Kailash. Can we have your feedback?
I love this meeting. In fact, meanwhile in conversation only, I was telling that I love the creative part of idea, which gives a communication platform as well, and the thought process to create yourself, your story. So I love that part. And apart from that, the evaluators' feedback also very bonus. So it was very much fruitful, I say. So I love it overall.
Thank you so much. Looking forward to you joining guest Kailash. Do we have Satyendra Garg? And can we know his feedback? Okay, I don't think he's very active. All right. So with that, I thank each one of you, all the speakers, role players, the visiting guest, Toastmasters, the evaluators, guests, for making this meeting a wonderful meeting. Because when you manage your time well, you create the space for learning, growth, relationship, and success. So thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful week ahead. And I look forward to seeing you all at our future meetings of Mumbai Speakers Toastmaster Club. And now I officially call this meeting as, I need to announce the poll results.
The winners.
I'm sorry. Yes, I need to announce the poll results. All right. So we have our prepared speakers. We had Toastmaster Bhikkhu, we had Toastmaster Akash, and Toastmaster Bipin. So the best speaker is Toastmaster Bipin for today's meeting. With big round of applause to Toastmaster Bipin. All right. Then the evaluators for today's prepared speeches were myself, Toastmaster Ramanathan, and Toastmaster Chinmay. And this one goes for Toastmaster Ramanathan. Though he had to leave the meeting, but big round of applause for Toastmaster Ramanathan. All right. So we had, yes, table topic speakers, where undoubtedly the winner is Toastmaster Suman. A big round of applause
Thank
for
you.
our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Suman, for that achievement. All right. We had tag role players. Okay, where myself was the timer. We had our counter Toastmaster Abhiraj and grammarian Toastmaster Shavik. I thank everybody to vote for me for a best tag role player for timer's role. Thank you so much. And last but not the least, the best of big three. Any guesses? We had Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Suman, table topic master, Toastmaster Hitat, and general evaluator, Toastmaster Rahul. Any guesses? Undoubtedly, Toastmaster Suman.
Thank you.
So big round of applause for all the role players and the achievers of today's awards. Before we adjourn this meeting, I have to take a pause. Let Hitat take charge to take the picture of today's meeting. Right, let's share the best
Can
emoji.
all
Yes, I
can
request
all
everyone to
turn
please
your
switch on the
cameras?
camera. Yeah.
Yes.
Let's be in the best of the emoji and have a synergy there. Hitat, tell us when you're ready.
Yes. Just yeah, I'm ready. I'm clicking. Yeah. One more. We'll take. Yeah, done. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. The meeting is officially adjourned. Thanks a lot for the time and support from each one of you. Thank you.